It feels so good to just be able to sit back down in front of the camera and have a chat with you guys, especially after having a 3-week long break to just rejuvenate creatively. And so many things have happened behind the scenes that you guys do not know about that I've just been dying to share with you. And I know what you guys may be thinking. You're like, Sydney, what do you mean you've been gone for 3 weeks? You just posted a video 2 weeks ago. I actually busted out 3 weeks worth of content in 2 days, and I just set an upload schedule so that I could have a nice vacation. But that being said, there's so many things that have happened behind the scenes that you guys don't know about. I have 2 secret color grading projects that are going to be soft announced today that I'm excited to share with you. I have some cool announcements with respect to the content coming to this channel because of some events that have unfolded. And I have a new camera. But before we get into all of that, I really just want to sit down and talk with you guys so that you guys can know what to expect. So like I said, there's been so many things that have happened over the past 3 weeks that you guys don't know about with respect to what's coming to this channel. But the thing I'm most excited about, because I'm a total nerd, is the fact that I have a new camera to record here in the studio and to use in my production company. I asked you guys on the community tab, what camera did you think I was going to be getting? And you guys said the R5, and there were many different options on there. And you guys know my stance, especially because you know I was skeptical with respect to Canon on if they would be able to bring something to fruition listening to their customers. And you guys know that, some of my close friends know, I had really high hopes for the Canon R5, and I think it's a great camera. But I actually went with something you guys were not expecting, which was the Zcam E2 F6. If you guys don't know, prior to this purchase, about 2 weeks ago, I was testing the C200 for a month and a half before this, and 2 months before that, I tested the Blackmagic Ursa Mini Pro G2 that's at 4.6K, and each camera had its pros and cons, but in a nutshell, and there will be a video on why I switched to Zcam, but the Ursa Mini Pro was too big and the C200 just did not live up to the price point. For the amount of noise that comes out of the native ISO at 800, I was disappointed. But that being said, a lot of my friends wanted to make me feel weird or feel like I was crazy for trusting Zcam, but you guys looking at these images for yourself, the amount of dynamic range just really speaks for itself. It is really a conversation stopper, in my opinion. The fact that this little tiny box brings out such an amazing image sold me so quickly, and having it in my hands and just using it time after time, knowing the situations I put the C200 in and the Ursa Mini Pro in, my decision, I can't be happier with that purchase, to say the least. There will be a whole video coming out on why I switched to Zcam, but that brings us into the cool content coming to this channel. So about a week ago, I was offered a really cool opportunity to work super closely with B&H Photo. Yes, the company that a lot of us may order our camera gear from. And just having this opportunity is really going to allow me to set the channel right on the path that I had when I started this vision a year and a half ago. I've said this before, this channel was never meant to become a color grading channel, but when I found out that you guys liked my style of teaching, I wanted to bring you more of that content because my goal here is simply to be the person I didn't have when I started, the person I could come to for information, get it quickly, not waste my time, so on and so forth. But when I started this channel, I was talking about camera lenses, I was talking about camera gear, things like the Ronin S, the Sigma R85, but then my DaVinci Resolve video blew up and took me all off track. But with being able to work like this, I'm going to be able to get back to that. And I want to bring back more of the lifestyle of what I was doing, the vlogs that I had going. That was part of what I started when I created this channel. Or should I say rebranded this channel. But that being said, I can't wait to be able to get back to doing more camera reviews, more tech reviews. You guys know I love my desk setup. Things are changing over there because I'm all about not only being a creative, I'm about the lifestyle of being a creative, the environment we work in, because that's going to affect our productivity. Business tips, things I didn't know when I was creating a business, because we're not photographers, we're not filmmakers, we're not colorists. We are business owners first. And the the reason why a lot of people get into this industry and fail is because they don't recognize that concept. So I'm not here, full transparency, to be guided by analytics of DaVinci Resolve color grading. I'm here to be guided by my principle of making sure that everyone who comes to my channel gets the resources to succeed. Point blank, period. There's going to be more announcements on that, don't worry. But that leads me into my 2 top secret color grading projects that I've been working on. Now, you guys know I announced my DaVinci Resolve color grading course about 2-3 months ago, a few months ago. And I've gotten a lot of constructive criticism since then. And there's just been some things that I'm not really able to combat because of the medium of a course. But these are also things that I am not okay with, which means I need to revolutionize the way that I do a course. As of right now, the DaVinci Resolve color grading course and its lifespan is up in the air, but right now it's going to be rebranded. Full transparency, not the way it was marketed in the beginning, because I found out that people just didn't receive it that way. And that's okay to say. It's okay to say, hey, we're learning here that, you know, I talked a little too fast and I taught fast because that was the feedback. People weren't able to ask questions the way they wanted to. And you know, I did offer the email and the DM and the close contact as a solution, but let's be honest, why should I expect you guys to take more time to contact me? That's not the way this should work. It should be as easy as possible, and that's what I'm all about. But as it stands right now, the color grading course is for those who have a little bit of an understanding of color grading, but want to improve upon those skills as quickly as possible because it's a 2-hour course. But it's also in a price point where it really serves the middle of the ground. It doesn't serve those of you guys who are in the lower half of that, and it doesn't serve you guys who are in the higher end looking for a full in-depth education. So that's where these 2 projects come in. The first one, for the lower end, I'm going to soft announce right now, is going to be a monthly color grading subscription with respect to education, and that's going to be run through my Patreon. And that is a single tier, and what happens is we're not only going to do a different topic each month, because it's going to be focused each month. I'm not here to just push out content, it's all going to be inspired. But each month, we're going to focus on a new topic. We're going to go deep into it. There's going to be maybe a little bit of written material here and there. There's definitely going to be a tutorial in the Patreon just for the people part of this community, as well as the Facebook group surrounding this community so that we can all learn from each other. But the biggest thing that I'm going for is to combat that learning curve, the ability to ask questions. And that's why each month I'm going to be hosting a live class. And what's going to happen is you guys aren't going to only be able to ask questions through your microphones and video chats, but you're going to be able to learn from my examples on screen and take control of my screen and work with those examples with me as we're going through your questions, because that's how learning should be. I'm taking a note from COVID-19. We are going complete online learning here. There's going to be a full announcement with respect to this Patreon group coming in the next few days. But for right now, I have left the link in the description down below outlining everything, because it's far more than just the live class. There's homework assignments for those who want them. There's quizzes for those who want them. But we're not just focusing on the color grading aspect in Resolve. We're gonna be focusing on the pre-production, the set design, lighting design, things like that, exposing in camera, because all of those things affect our color grade. But speaking of live classes, this is where we go to the higher end. My second project is a 2-day-a-week for a whole month live master class. And this is what I'm super excited about, because we're going to take everything plus more from the DaVinci Resolve color grading course and break it down into a classroom for 1 month. Certificates of completion, homework, quizzes, live instruction, the same way we're going to be asking questions, taking control of my screen, but we're going to be able to do that in a live format. And for both of these groups, there's up to 100 live attendees and unlimited attendees with respect to playbacks and stuff like that. So that's what's really cool, is that if you aren't able to get into the class live, you're able to get into the playbacks. And I think that's so valuable because we have so many people from different time zones. Again, this will be announced with a hard announcement later on in the coming days, but just being able to offer that to people, that combats the traditional course. I don't want to be like somebody else. I don't want to just say, hey, here's my sales funnel, come and support me by buying my course. No, if you have questions, ask your questions. That's why I say ask questions in the comments. I'm going to try to answer them as best as I can, but we all know that things get lost in translation. It's hard to do that. So we're just going to reinvent the wheel like people don't want to do and start doing live education. COVID-19 is doing it all around the world, so we can do it here on YouTube and benefit from all of the creators who are having these live classroom softwares made so that we can take advantage of them. I already have a class going on as we speak, and oh, I can't wait for you guys to be there. That being said, that's really all for right now. If you guys have any questions, y'all know what to do. Leave a comment down below. And that being said, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications so you can definitely stay up to date if you have already not done so. Be sure to give me a big like, it personally helps me. And be sure to follow me on my social media. The links are in the description down below, as well as the YouTube fam. Their links are also in the description down below. If you guys are ever feeling uninspired, uncreative, or just want to give up on life, remember, every day airplanes take off against the wind. Live, love, laugh, stay inspired, and as always, stay fabulous. My name is Sidney, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.